to say a vagabond party. You are dealing with a party that is not ready to play by the rules. Tinubu is not Jonathan. He is not Buhari. Those men had some little sense of decorum and decency in them. This one is brutal. It will not allow any. Look at when they wanted to register the new political parties by INEC. And they said there was something called ADA, right? When INEC published names of those that wanted to register, there was another name. They've already gone to register another ADA. This government is brutal. That is why when I look at Peter, when I look at El-Rufal, when I look at Atiku, I ask them a question. Why are you people scared of confronting this government? What are you scared of? Prison? To hell with prison.
You are ready to go to prison.
What are you saying?
But why do you think that this government will throw anybody into prison?
Because they've been doing it. And this is the time that I am calling the opposition leader that you should step out. Some of us have gone into retirement from protest. For 8 years of Buhari, I protested. I was shot at the Unity Fountain. I am not afraid of any of them. And I am saying that the opposition leaders need to come out and confront Tinubu. It is time.
Let me ask you.
A man will wake up on the day of inauguration. You remove fuel subsidy and throw the country into turmoil. That's number one. Number two, you remove electricity subsidy. Number three, you either shut the border or you close this one. You are making life miserable for Nigerians. But and opposition leaders are keeping quiet. Bro, I am challenging them. Everybody, come out. Let us go and confront the villa.
But you are a politician.
Yes.
You speak about him in such a way that Peter Obi is the hope of this country. Without Peter Obi, Nigeria is doomed. That's how you. So you.
Let me tell you my opinion. Is
it because you are also from the southeast? That's why you speak about him like that.
No. I've never taken Peter Obi. Is not my boss. Like, do you understand?
But maybe because he's your man from Igbo land.
No. Funny enough, I just came back from Anambra today, right, for a meeting. There is nothing between me and Peter Obi that I can't say in public. Nothing. He has never. Peter Obi, yes, if we speak, is support that he wants. You understand? The last discussion I had with Peter Obi before the last election, I told him, I said, I'm not obedient, and I'm going to tell you, he made a mistake in going to Plateau, right, during the flooding, okay, where he wore his party T-shirt to the flooded area. I called him and I told him, I told him what nobody will want to tell him. You know, we genuflect a lot before politicians. I called Peter and I told Peter it was wrong. Do you understand? I'm not feeding from you. I'm not feeding from Atiku. I'm not feeding from anybody. Why they will want to hear from me is if there is anybody around that they will call and say, Shield, what is the situation on this? That will not fear whether I will lose. They haven't given me anything. I will tell you the truth. Ask Atiku. You have his contact. Ask Atiku my last discussion with him. There is no politician on earth today, including Bala Mohammed, that will say, oh, Shield will come and genuflect before me. I'm not indebted to any of you. See, Peter Obi, the truth of the matter is, Nigerian politics today is a business. Is a business. And if you look at, this area that we stay now, if you look at this area we are now having this interview, and you look at another part of town, you will see that there is a disconnect between. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So the Nigerian political system is a total charade, is a business. Okay? For once, I have never seen that a politician, as a sitting governor, will be offered land free of charge and he will reject it. That someone will be in government office for 1 month, 1 year, 4 years, 8 good years. Excuse me, and you cannot trace government funds into his personal.
And that's Peter Obi?
Yes.
And that's why you believe so much in him.
See, if we are going to save Nigeria from what we are in now, what we are in, and I don't think a lot of us realize the mess that we are in. We don't. Because we think we are comfortable. A time is coming very soon that if you wear a nice shirt, they will see you as an oppressor. The boys on the street will see you as an oppressor. It doesn't matter whether you are APC, PDP, whether you are even non-partisan. That hunger level is getting to that level, is getting to that side. We have a man that we know, if we hand over the national resources to him, he will not steal our money. The money that is going into wrong places is the cause of the hunger.
Peter Obi is not a thief.
No.
He's not corrupt.
Absolutely not. He was my governor. He was my governor. You will not tell me about Peter Obi. I will tell you about Peter Obi.
You spoke about 2027
Yeah.
And I like you. I mean, Peter Obi, it seems there are a lot of people who are thinking there's a problem. Is he in Labour Party? Is he in ADC? But I see that you talk about ADC a lot. Do you really believe ADC can deliver to Nigerians the opposition and the kind of challenge politically in 2027?
See, I don't know if me am being faster than my shadows, but as of today, the only opposition platform today in Nigeria that has a slim chance to fight APC is ADC. The only one. You see, PDP, no matter the effort of the leaders, the true leaders, the genuine leaders of the party, the systemic members of the party, the institutional leadership of the party, directors, all those ones, most of them are picking their salaries from the other side.
What about Labour Party?
Labour Party is sold now.
To who?
It's sold already to the ruling party.
What about SDP?
Hey, what?
SDP.
SDP, the one that my friend was suspended by his NWC members. See, you are dealing with I don't know what
about PDP comes true, although it doesn't look like it will.
It will.
Don't worry. Because there are those who are in the PDP, because there are talks of Jonathan contesting. There are talks of Peter Obi contesting.
Is going to contest.
There are talks of Seyi Makinde is a leading candidate, a leading aspirant
in the
PDP.
Let me tell you about Seyi Makinde, right? You know that Seyi Makinde now, him and Wike are claiming that they are fighting. So a whole lot is going on. See, this podcast, I want to just express my mind. I don't care about the consequences afterwards. I really don't care. I don't care. You understand what I'm saying? See Jonathan's matter, right? If Jonathan comes out today to run, and Atiku runs, and Peter Obi runs, I, Henry Shield, with all my team, on election day, I'm going to play 5-a-side football. I'm not going to go to and waste my time at any polling.
Why?
Because it's a waste of time.
Why? So you don't think Jonathan, Peter Obi, Tinubu should be on the same ballot?
No, I don't think it's sensible. In the last election, there was a reason why I didn't queue behind either Atiku or Peter Obi. You know why? Because in 2019, I carried their campaign on my head. On my head. So in 2023, after we had fought Buhari for 8 good years, 2015 to 2023, we had fought Buhari for 8 good years. We now had an opportunity to remove APC from power. Atiku decided to go on his own way. Peter Obi decided to go on his own way. Waste of our effort. A shameless action. Now, you divided your votes as opposition. Peter Obi got 6 million. Atiku got 6 million. Tinubu got 8 million.
So you predict that could happen if you have...
Absolutely. I told Atiku, as I told Peter Obi, both of you cannot run separately, individually.
Against Tinubu.
Even currently, I am still talking to both of them.
So if all of them run, even Atiku and the other, if they run, all of them run together without forming an alliance...
Tinubu will win.
So it's true what they say, that the path to Tinubu win 2027 is almost cast in stone.
See, if Peter Obi, and I will say it clearly, Peter Gregory Obi, Atiku Abubakar, and Jonathan, if you people do not come together in 2027, shame on you all. Nigerians will hold you accountable for the mess that the country becomes.
But you have said that Peter Obi is the sole reason Nigeria has not been shut down.
Yes.
It's a hope people are clinging onto.
Absolutely.
That has made them refrain from pouring their anger and frustration on this government and onto the street.
Absolutely.
May not be obedient, but you say you may not be obedient.
I'm not obedient.
You are sensible enough to see the reality.
Absolutely. In 2023, when the election was declared by 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. in the morning by Mahmoud Jega, right? When that declaration was made,
it wasn't Jega. It was
Mahmoud Yakubu. Sorry, see, God needs to save this country. When that election, when that result was declared, let me ask you a question, Shehu. Who declares an election result by 3 a.m.? Like
other elections were declared.
Hold
on now. Other elections were declared. I covered. Hold on now.
I know you covered the election.
No, hold on.
This particular one.
Factually, election results. Sometimes when you finish late in the night, you declare the result. State elections, national elections. Jonathan was declared in the middle of the night.
Let me ask you a question, Shehu. When Jonathan was declared at that time, it was the time the coalition
finished.
Yeah. Please, this election that Tinubu was declared, was that when the coalition finished?
I mean, that's when INEC said they finished. Is it not when INEC... I'm not defending INEC. I'm just saying that elections results have been declared in the middle of the night.
No, what I'm saying is this one that was declared at 3 a.m.
You are insinuating that there is a reason why...
It was not concluded. Number one is, do you know up to today, 2 years later, we still have not arrested the person that switched off the RF?
Was it switched off? They said it was a glitch.
No, there's nothing called glitch because they should call the manufacturers of that system, the producers of that system. It wasn't a glitch. It was it was a human action.
You said Peter Obi is an on. This is the government that says that the party you belong to, that you were part of, were the ones who destroyed this country. And he is saying that all the policies and the rental economy that we have experienced, they are tough policies and he wants to make things right. He's saying that in the history of this country, we've hit a revenue that we have never hit in history, and things are getting better. The economy is stabilized. That's what the president said.
A wise and sensible president does not say, I have beat the target. He says, I have made my people better. That's what the wise president says. You have beat target. Are you a banker? Are you? Why are you people not interrogating that statement? Let me finish.
As an individual, don't you give yourself a KPI?
If you give a KPI, at whose risk? Do I give a KPI that affect my children?
But it was
you are giving a KPI. You are hitting a target.
The man you support,
where customs.
The man you support says that we need to move from Peter Obi. You said we need to move from consumption to production.
Yes.
And the man is saying that for the first time we are moving. Our non-oil revenue has grown higher than ever in history. So that's
hold on.
Isn't that a good news?
Hold on. Let's not be vague. Let's not be vague about this, right? Tinubu said he has hit the target. Number one, nobody set the target for him. He said it for himself. Now, the target you have hit, at whose expense? My brother, at whose expense are you hitting that target? That children can no longer feed on balanced diet. That Nigerians can no longer say, see, I'm an employer of labor. I have a whole lot of staff under me. My last recruitment was around November last year. Do you know what I did? I told my personnel manager, everybody that we're employing now, we employed like 6 more. I said, please make sure that they stay around this facility. You know why? Someone was recommended to me from Lugbe to that place. His transportation alone in a month was about 100,000. So I will need to build that 100,000 into his salary. Do you understand? Which will shoot it up and shoot up my own monthly, what do you call it? So we needed to cut that off. This is not the first time we're having a president in Aso Rock, but this is the first time that Nigerians are asking them questions. What is Nigeria giving me? Nothing. This man has squeezed life out of everybody and everything. And if you are saying you are eating KPI, number one is nobody is putting you under pressure. You are making life tougher for Nigerians. You remove subsidy from 230 million Nigerians to share that subsidy with 36 people because of politics.
Yeah, the 36 people.
Governors.
But the question here, right? We're looking at 2027, and there are a lot of people who are saying, whatever Tinubu is doing, he has promised that things will get better. And Nigerians are hopeful that there are better days ahead. But there's something that comes to mind. You said Peter Obi must be protected at all costs.
Absolutely.
What exactly do you mean by that?
Because we're dealing with political hyenas whose record in Lagos we all know. And we're hoping that nothing happens to not just Peter Obi, but to every opposition leader in Nigeria. We're hoping that nothing happens. And that is why I'm still campaigning and calling up opposition leaders that they need to prove a show of force to this government. Tinubu should be scared of adopting or pronouncing another policy that impoverishes the people. By January, they said they are going to increase, they are going to add a fuel consumption tax. Right? Shem, right? Please, look at Nigerians. You are a journalist. Look at Nigerians. Do we look like people that should be taxed the more? Be sincere now.
But that tax regime that is resuming in January is supposed to actually favor the lower and the middle class people more.
What do you mean by lower and middle?
If you earn less than, if you earn $1 million and lower, you pay less.
800,000 and lower, you pay less, right? And if you're 800,000 and more, and it doesn't matter, it's not about earning. If that money crosses into your account, Tinubu takes 160,000 naira out of it. Me, I don't know what the opposition leaders are doing, because I thought this was going to be about civil society. We have failed as civil society groups. Completely, we have failed. In fact, we have become politicized, we have become compromised as civil society people. There is no country that should be having this multiplication of taxes without corresponding value to the people.
You have criticized the tax regime and the tax policies of this country, which a lot of people applauded. That look, we needed to have changed that old order. The administration of this government argues that new taxes are necessary to replace few subsidy losses and stabilize the economy. Do you acknowledge any kind of merit in this government, or do you see it purely as financial oppression, or you don't just see any good that's coming out of this government, no matter what?
Every time I want to talk about the Tinubu government, I look at how he came in fraudulently, so I can never applaud anything he does.
No matter how good.
You don't get what I'm saying.
You don't see anything good.
Listen. A man will not break your door to enter your house because he wants to make your life better. He's coming to steal, nothing else. We know and we saw all that happened. And the fact that there are no repercussions is the reason why we are not moving forward.
In the election that Peter Obi defeated Tinubu in Lagos.
Okay, Peter Obi defeated Tinubu in Lagos.
And Peter Obi had 6 million. And you were blaming
Hold on.
The reason why Tinubu won was because they didn't unite.
Yes.
Are you claiming that election was not properly conducted and that election was rigged?
Yes, it was.
Rigged in favor of Peter Obi too?
No.
Where he won?
No.
Only rigged because Tinubu won?
No. We want to see. Do you understand? Don't take my word for it, Shim. We want to see the results from the polling units. All the polling units in Nigeria, we want to see them on IREV water. That's all. I don't want to know whether Peter won or whether Atiku won or whether Tinubu won. Do you understand? Shebi, you said you won Lagos, this one. Give us the result that people voted for. You have no right to manipulate the result.
Whose fault is it? Tinubu was a candidate. He didn't conduct the election.
All right.
Why blame him?
When we are ready to face the truth in this country, some certain people should be behind bars. Nobody. Me, I expected that by now we would have had like 10, 15, 20 people from INEC already prosecuted. It is absurd. It is the height of evil for people to go out on election day with the desire to choose their own leader. You will sit down in your office and use your pen and cancel their pain, their wishes.
You advised Jonathan, Atiku, and Peter Obi to enter a room and produce a single candidate.
Absolutely.
Many Nigerians feel these same people could be blamed for the rot and the failures of this nation.
When you say, you keep mentioning,
why don't we, or why should Nigerians depend or rely or trust these people rather than new faces?
So, I want to go back to the time when I used to buy a bag of rice for 8,500. I don't need more in life. I want to go back to when I would drive my car. I drive a V8, right? When I would drive my car into a filling station and fill up my tank with 19,000. Under Buhari, this one is not even under PDP. I want to go back to the time when I can send 50,000 naira home in a month and they are comfortable. I want to go back to the time when I can buy iPhone for 150,000. These things are not dreams, though. They did not happen 100 years ago. They happened less than 10 years ago. To the time when no rent in Abuja was 5 million. No rent in Abuja was 5 million. So if you say those people destroy the country, please give me back those years.
You don't think we need new faces,
Which
new
faces?
ideas,
Tinubu's
new
face?
order?
Tinubu's face?
Tinubu is not it's not a new
Tinubu's face?
There are people looking for new faces, new ideas, new order.
Where are they?
Trusted.
Where are they?
So we don't have them?
No, where are they? We have them, but where are they? Politics is not emotions, right? It's not your mood. Politics will not come and knock at your door to bring you. You need to step out. Those who have stepped out are those we are aligning with.
So your position now is that if the opposition does not, every of the opposition, that's what you think, should unite behind one candidate.
They should unite.
There should be only two candidates in the
coming election, yes.
So
the system in Nigeria currently does not encourage having multiplicity of candidates. Do you understand? It has to be light versus darkness.
And these candidates should come from the south equally as President Tinubu.
It should come, I don't know, it should just be a Nigerian, that's for me.
But if you were in that room,
yes,
with Jonathan, Atiku, Peter Obi, which one of them would you insist should step aside first and why?
3 of them are fantastic. They're all people that I adore, that I love and respect. So don't put me on that seat.
But you are the one who is saying, let one person be.
3 of them should enter into a room. 3 of them are acceptable to me. So if Atiku comes out, fine. If GEG comes out, fine. If Peter Obi comes out, fine. Yeah. Do you understand? That is my own opinion.
So if one of them, any one of them, and if it's one of them confronts Tinubu, they will defeat Tinubu.
If one of them comes out, if one of them is chosen amongst them, and the others support with their resources and their structures, Tinubu will be gone. Because see, what is coming in 2027 is not just going to be an election. It's going to be a war. Do you understand what I'm saying?
War of what?
It's going to be a war of everything. Every single thing. If they say people should come out on election day and thumbprint and go home and we will count and announce results as should be done, fine. But if they say we will switch off IRA by 3 a.m., we will do this, then this opposition should give them back at the same level. Nobody should come and cry after the election.
But you see, this.
So let me repeat myself, please. Nobody in opposition should come back and cry after 2027. Every madness must end on election day. If they say, let us vote peacefully and responsibly, fine. But if they say, we will continue in the madness of 2023, let us end it on that day. Push the responsibility for peace back to the government. We are too scared as a people. That is why a government that is in its first term will be tormenting Nigerians like this. We are too scared. Who are we scared of? What is the work that they can do? El-Rufal is going to police station. He has been invited. Everybody mobilized to the place. It is not ABC. It is Nigeria. This country does not belong to Tinubu. Does not belong to APC. If you arrest any opposition leader politically, all of us will go there. Everybody go there. Let the world see the nonsense that is going on in this country. But all this fear, this one is afraid. I don't know what you have to do. Oga, if they pick anybody wrongly, go and if DSS misbehaves, go to DSS.
Let me ask you, this platform is fundamentally created for young Nigerians.
Yes.
Who has more than 60% of the voting population. But unfortunately, on election day, you don't find them. And we creatively and intentionally create a platform where politics can be discussed and listened to by younger Nigerians who have the voting power. In your own sense, and this is how we close the podcast today. Are young people responsible in this country today?
Absolutely.
Are they politically aware?
Yes, they are.
Are they going to be able to determine the future of this country in 2027?
2027, I don't know, but Nigerians, young people are tired. And I don't blame them. I don't. Last election, I know how many people, how many of my own friends flew into this country to come and vote. I'm not saying, I mean, at least one person will spend 10, 15, 20 million in coming just to come and vote. That, oh, finally, INEC promised us electronic transmission of votes from a polling unit to the IREV. People showed up in the last election. What did these old people do? The same manipulation. So please, it is okay and it is very easy. It's the easiest way out to blame young people for not believing in the system. The system has killed their hope. So I don't blame any young person who refuses to come out to vote. People tore their voters card after the last election result was announced. Young people want to be part of the system. Who are the people jackpotting? It's young people. When Buhari came in, I know how old I was. I think I was 35 or so. I'm approaching 50. What have these people done with my years? I will not tell you. So if I'm speaking out of anger, it's because I have children in the university. I don't want them to also come and pass through a situation where you know that your vote is nonsense.
All right.
When you take away the power of the vote from the citizen, you turn them into animals.
And we should.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming on the podcast today.
It's a pleasure.
I appreciate it. But that's our podcast today, everyone. Many thanks for being part of it. Don't forget, you can subscribe, you can follow, and share. That way, the agenda is that every one of us form a community where we are our brother's keeper. How do we become a brother's keeper in a democracy? Is by looking out for each other in the information that we needed to get our country back on its feet. Thanks so much indeed, everyone. Subscribe, share, and of course, follow us. I'm Sean Kamale. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.
Thank you for joining us on this edition of Mike On Podcast with Seun Okimbaloi. Mike On Podcast for the independent mind.
You give up on the PDP?
Absolutely.
Do you think that the PDP, they see any hope in that
there's
party?
no hope. There's no hope.
As far as you're concerned, it's a dead party.
No, it's a dead party. Whatever they are doing now, whatever the PDP is doing now, is a joke. In 2027, I see a situation where there will be two factions.
Of the PDP?
Of the PDP. Just take note of this. There will be two factions. And everything I've said since 2015, I've come to pass both within the PDP and the APC. There will be two factions. There will be the Wike faction and there will be the PDP other faction, right? Now there will most likely be a judicial pronouncement, right? Confirming the Wike faction as the only faction that can sell nomination forms. So it is the Wike faction that will bring the candidate of the PDP.
Your position now is predicated on what basis?
On records in the last 2 years.
You don't seem to be a fan of Wike, anyways. You've heavily criticized him on your Twitter hand.
I was not just a fan of Wike. When Wike stood for the truth, when he fought against a federal government that was overbearing, I traveled to Port Harcourt. Myself, my driver, my security, we drove by road because we didn't find any ticket. We drove from Abuja through Anambra to Port Harcourt in 2016 for the rerun. I was shot at in defense of Wike and the rest. He stood on the right part of history. Wike fought against government imposition, federal government imposition, manipulation of the election. I was in Port Harcourt live.
Oh, you almost lost your life.
I almost lost my life. I was live in Port Harcourt. I drove.
All because of Wike.
All to fight for democracy. All because we felt Wike was also on. You know, when he was in PDP, he was always, Buhari is an evil man, blah, blah. Anyone who stands for the truth, no matter the risk, we will take that risk with you. When after the convention in 2021, right? And Alimoni Sheriff was removed. That was December 3rd or something in Port Harcourt. And Alimoni Sheriff was removed, right? And he tried to come back and take over Wadata House, right? I was the one that Wike actually appealed to make sure Alimoni Sheriff did not gain access to Wadata House. I was the one who locked Wadata House. For 13 days, the key of Wadata House was in my house.
Against Alimoni Sheriff?
Against Alimoni Sheriff. I was the one who got the police to block Wadata House. Me. The key to Wadata House, PDP headquarters, was with me for 13 days. So I was the one who did it.
So you once believed in Wike, but now
I once believed Wike when he was on the right path of politics.
But right now?
Right now, the man that I see is no longer the man that I used to know.
Who do you see now?
He's a man that has lost it.
In what sense?
In every sense. Wike has no bearing, he has no connection, he has no understanding of what governance is. He understands power, but he does not understand governance. He understands power in the sense that if you look at the results sheet that came out of Rivers State in the last election, you will weep for this country. I have some of them. The mutilation of result sheets just to arrive at a predetermined end of making Fubara governor, of making sure that Tinubu got certain percentage from the state. That was a joke taken too far.
About this mutilation you're talking about, they were challenged, they were discussed, they were debated in court, up to the Supreme Court.
Okay, now I'm going to say this, right? Those mutilations, if they are, or rather, if they were handled by a proper judiciary, not the judiciary that has been politicized, a man like Wike should be in prison.
Based on what? Why would you throw him in prison? Why?
Because I was in Rivers, and I can tell you, Sheung, Wike's only claim to to power is his relationship with the president. What Wike did in 2023, what happened in Rivers in 2023, should have him in prison. No, I'm not going to mince. I'm not going to I'm not going to try to subpedal on this or say softly. I'm going to be very blunt and I'm going to be very candid about it. The mess that happened in Rivers,
and you blame Wike for it.
There were video record, there were voice recordings of him even threatening to kill an INEC official who came from Plateau or thereabout.
And these are you've been able to authenticate this.
Let him, you see, whatever I say, one thing I've done is every time I attack him, I attack you with fact. If Wike feels what I'm saying is wrong, you should take me to court. I'm not I mean, please, we'll go past that. If Nigeria was a working society, if Nigeria was a working country, if Nigeria was a sane country, a man like Wike should be behind bars.
You just throw people behind bars
without
prosecuting
them? You make sure that you keep people within the law. You do not let people think they are above the law or they have grown beyond the constitution of the country.
What has he done to the offender?
A whole lot. Wike has messed up both democracy, both his own state, River State, even the FCT here.
With all the roads and the
projects. Even the FCT here. You know my happiness when I was invited for this is I'll be allowed to say things the way they are. Currently in the FCT, right? Wike works with only four directors. So, the 2025 budget of the FCT that is currently being implemented, right? I am daring Wike to bring all the directors in the FCT to say if any one of them contributed to the formulation of that budget, to the preparation of that budget. For the first time in the FCT, an FCT budget was prepared without the input of directors in the FCT. Wike works with only 4 directors in the FCT. Director of Lands, Chijoke. Director of Procurement, Director of Finance, and Director of Development Control. Those are the only 4 people he works with. All other directors, and I am saying this, please, me, Henry Shield, I am in Abuja, I'm not going anywhere. If Wike feels what I'm saying is wrong, I stay in the Kokoma, he should come and arrest me. Wike has bastardized the FCT.
In your own view?
Not in my view, in anybody's view. How do you run a budget without the input of the directors who are supposed to be the implementers of the budget?
But nobody is talking in the FCT.
Because they are scared of him. I am not scared of Wike. Oh. I am not scared of him. I'm telling you, if I meet him now, I will tell him to his face.
But doesn't mean that what you're saying is right.
But what I'm saying is true. It does not mean to be right. It just needs to be true. And if it is not true, they said he has the court. Please come and take me to the court. Please, there are so much to be exposed about this man in the FCT.
Let me ask you. You look at what is happening, and your predictions about what was going to happen in 2027. You tweeted with the prediction that the PDP might endorse President Tinubu for a second time in 2027.
Absolutely.
Are you saying the PDP has lost the will to be an opposition party, or do you have insider information suggesting a quiet deal is already in motion?
The insider information that I had was about 4 or 5 months ago from top, that if certain things weren't done, that they will make sure that the PDP did not produce a presidential candidate in 2027. And this I'm saying from when I mean top, from the top. Right? Now, that's number one. The intention is to keep, because the man we just finished talking about is in, you can't even say what party he belongs to, whether it's in APC, whether it's in PDP. Now, PDP made a very fatal mistake in during their last convention, right? They allowed Wike to choose members of the NWC. I spoke to some of the leaders of the party. In fact, I spoke to a former presidential candidate of the party, and I asked him, I said, Excellency, why wouldn't you have an input in the nomination of NWC members? He said, no, please allow the governors to make a choice. I do not want to be seen as imposing. Wike brought nominated somebody from the South, where he's from. Wike chose for us in the Southeast. He chose.
Who did he choose?
Senator Sam Anyanwu. Sam Dadi, who is the current secretary of the PDP.
Well, Sam Dadi is a man of himself.
You are not getting the point. Everybody is a man of himself. See,
so you are saying that Wike determined
yes,
and picked.
He imposed. He did not pick. He imposed.
Sam Dadi.
On Southeast caucus of the PDP. He imposed. He insisted it must be Sam Dadi. Why do you think there's an issue currently? Even in the South. He is still insisting that it must be what's his name in the South? I will remember the man's name. That it must be that guy, this huge guy that follows him about, like what do you call it? Wike, see, there's something about, okay, you just want to be okay as a politician, you want to win. There's something about madness, the total loss of sanity, that it is either my way. Since 2015, Wike has been imposing PDP chairman. Nobody else. So when I see people say Atiku is the problem, Peter Obi is the problem of PDP, I laugh. Wike has single-handedly been imposing the chairman of PDP since 2015.
You think he imposed Secondus?
I don't understand. Not only did he impose him, he actually sponsored Secondus to become the national chairman.
Who again did he impose?
He imposed Alimadu Sheriff. In fact, let me tell you about Alimodi Sheriff. The night Alimodi Sheriff was appointed as the national chairman of PDP, I was there in Asokoro, Ondo State Governor's Lodge. I was there. In fact, I dropped a member of the NWC around 2 a.m. I was the one who called the former Minister of Aviation and pleaded with him to call Ribadu. No Ribadu, current NSA. He was to be the national chairman of PDP. Because he had indicated interest. So I called the former Minister of Aviation, who happened to stay close to the man, that, Egbon, please, you need to call Ribadu to please, that he needs to be at this meeting. Right? That he needs to come, that people will support him. Mimiko, to his own glory, stood against Alimodi Sheriff as national chairman of PDP. The governor of Bayelsa, Seriake Dixon, stood against it. But every other person supported it, including Wike. Every other person. You know what Alimodi Sheriff promised them? Oh, I have so private jet, number of private jets. If I am elected chairman of PDP today, by next week I will be on CNN fighting Buhari. Me, I was not told. I was there at the Ondo State Governor's Lodge in Asokoro the day he was elected. And I told them, this is a mistake. You just lost an election because of perception, public perception about the party. People believe you are the most corrupt, most dirty party. You should have gotten a chairman who is number one, young, who is number two, who has no baggage coming in. This MPDP, in fact, the man I went to drop, the NWC member I went to drop in his house, I was telling myself, but you, with your position, you were the one that called Alimodi Sheriff sponsor of Boko Haram. He said, she will leave that in. The man said he will do this, he will do that. I am telling you the things that brought out the mess that PDP is irredeemable. Me, I am telling you, there are people in Walata House that are taking their monies, they are taking their salaries every month from. If you are in PDP, yeah, maybe at the state level, local government, yeah, you can be able to do all of it. But at the federal, if you are in PDP at the federal, you are APC.
So PDP is an APC arm.
It's not. They are not even hiding it now.
Really?
I don't understand.
But you hear what they say.
What is?
You hear Governor Bala Mohammed.
He's the only one. Listen, Governor Bala Mohammed happens to be so. See, he's working alone. His own colleague governors. People that are supposed to be in the PDP governors forum together with him are even selling out on him.
Really?
Do you know, as I'm talking to you now, there's a particular fund that was given to state government about 3 months ago. Bauchi State Zone has not been given to them because he stood against Tinubu.
What fund is that?
I will remember, don't worry. They sent it to me, I will remember. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bala has taken a lot of it. A whole lot of it for the PDP. And I keep asking you anytime I see him, what are you doing in PDP? You are the only one fighting for this party. Look at what him and Wike were doing 2-3 days ago. Exchanging banters. The same thing that happened the last time when he went to Rivers to go and witness the inauguration of local government chairman by Fubara. Wike came out and said that even he will set up fire in his state. But last seems to be the only one that is fighting for PDP.
But, I mean, you hear what Damaguma said. Look, that they will not allow the party. That anyone who is trying to infiltrate or destroy the party, they will not allow it. Senator Bala Mohammed, the governor of Bauchi, said he's insisting. It does look like all of a sudden the party died and resurrected. No. Because we thought that the party was really going to be in a big trouble. But see what happened. They got together, affirmed Damagum as the authentic chairman. As the substantive chairman. Yeah. Again, they decided on the convention. They decided on the zoning. It looks like the PDP is even moving faster and more progressive than in terms of its activity and its future is moving fast. They've said in November 15, 16
for the convention in
Oyo State. They've said to the world that this is where we are going in 2027. Isn't that progressive enough? We thought that the party had died, but it looks like it was resurrecting.
Okay. See, like I said, to his credit, Governor Bala is actually is trying a lot. He's the only hope that party has, right? And I will say this thing, right? Whatever he is doing, whatever Governor Bala is, I want to be on record, whatever Governor Bala or anybody else is doing, it takes just one singular judicial pronouncement to cancel everything. Do you know what it took for them to get Sam Dadi to append the signature to INEC for them to hold their next meeting? Sheon, please don't let me say it here.
What?
I will not say it.
But Nigerians need to know.
Do you know what it took the governors of PDP to get Sam Dadi, national secretary of PDP, to append the signature? A whole national secretary of the party held the party by the jugular until certain concessions, not normal concessions, not something you say, okay, we'll sign, until very unholy concessions were made.
Like what?
I wouldn't say it. Unholy concessions.
Who were the people who made these unholy concessions?
The leaders of the party. That's what got Sam Dadi to append the signature to INEC. That's number one. Now, 2 days ago, you will see Sam Dadi following Wike about, right? Where he went to commission something. The national party, the national secretary, let's have this in perspective. The national secretary of the opposition party, national secretary, not like some director or something in the national secretary of the opposition party, is following a minister of the ruling party who has openly said he will campaign for the re-election of the candidate of the ruling party. Do you get the point? Sam Dadi is the national secretary of PDP. When Wike and Fubara were having issues in Rivers.
But Wike is a member of the PDP and a friend of Sam Dadi.
Listen, Wike is a member of the PDP. Chief Bala Mohammed was in the AD while he worked for PDP government, right? All through his time as a Minister of Justice. Did you hear Bala Mohammed discuss politics or say AD members should move into PDP because he was a minister of the PDP? You can serve in whatever government as a Nigerian. That is your right. Absolutely. But you cannot go to the extent. Do you know that in this FCT, area council chairmen are being bullied to move from PDP into APC by a minister you claim is a member of PDP? How is he a member of PDP? If he's a member of PDP, then Abacha is also a member of PDP.
Abacha is late, of course.
Oh, really? Oh, good. So it means that his matter is concluded. This one is also concluded. This man is no longer a member of PDP because he's never coming back to that party. You cannot be a member of a PDP and be openly saying nobody will challenge your boss who is a member of APC. Help me to understand what is the sanity in this. Like, okay, I'm a member of PDP, but I will make sure that nobody defeats Tinubu in 2027. How am I a member of PDP?
If your prediction with who?
With a whole lot of people. Who? Showore is my very good friend. I was in court with him last week. My own friend. Showore is my friend. I am proud to say it anywhere.
Who else? Has he been thrown into prison? The case of what happened in Kaduna, and I see what you said here. You said the invitation of Malam El-Rufal and other opposition leaders.
I don't even want to go to. This one is just some few hours ago. I wanted to bring out some list to you. This government does not brood any opposition. They are brutal because they know what they also did when they were in opposition. A man like El-Rufal had a meeting in Kaduna. Thugs went and disrupted the place. So do you know what that means? That means that we as citizens, we can no longer organize to plan to install government. But we are in charge as government. We will not allow you to do anything legitimate to remove us. Malami's vehicles convoy was attacked a few days ago. Jonathan as president had his campaign team stoned in Jos, in Bauchi.
And you blame Tinubu for it. Everything that is happening around the country by other people, you blame Tinubu for it. Has
Tinubu spoken about the attack against Malami, a former Minister of Justice? Please be sincere. Has he spoken against the attack on El-Rufal? Do you know what they've done? They've sent police to invite El-Rufal. And this is the time that I am calling the opposition leader that you should step out. Some of us have gone into retirement from protest. For 8 years of Buhari, I protested. I was shot at the Unity Fountain. I am not afraid of any of them. And I am saying that the opposition leaders need to come out and confront Tinubu. It is time.
Let me ask you.
A man will wake up on the day of inauguration. You remove fuel subsidy and throw the country into turmoil. That's number one. Number two, you remove electricity subsidy. Number three, you either shut the border or you close this one. You are making life miserable for Nigerians. But and opposition leaders are keeping quiet. Bro, I am challenging them. Everybody, come out. Let us go and confront the villa.
But from this video, it is very clear that it is a battle between Nigerians who want this country to survive against the cabals, the politicians, the selfish human beings who wants this country to collapse. So guys, this man has poured out his mind. He has said it the way it is, which many people would dare not come out to speak because they are scared of speaking. Tinubu has made this country to become a country where people can hardly share their views, can boldly speak their minds. If you speak, you are in trouble. Even those of them in the APC, you can see that none of them can speak against any evil. Look at the recently amnesty, dialogue, peace deal with bandits. Nobody in APC can condemn that, provided it is being being carried out by the Tinubu's government. Recently, we saw the Speaker of the House coming out to condemn the excessive borrowing by the Tinubu's government. What happened? Before 24 hours, he has come out to denounce his statement because he doesn't want to get in trouble with Tinubu. Tinubu, as you see him, as old as he is, he's so influential, he's so powerful that people are scared of him. We don't know if they are being bewitched. We don't know if they are being hypnotized. We don't know if it's a juju that people are using to fear somebody to this extent that it is difficult for Nigerian politicians to condemn anything that is done by the Tinubu's government. I mean, anything that Tinubu is doing today. You can see even the southeastern politicians, none of them can come out to speak. Tinubu granting amnesty, dialogue to bandits, holding nnamdi kanu. And nnamdi kanu is seriously sick in jail. He is currently seriously sick, and no Igbo leader, oh my God, no Igbo leader has come out to say anything. They are just quiet. His lawyer has been raising alarm about his health situation. The Tinubu's government is holding him. And I bet you, if nnamdi kanu dies in jail, nothing is going to happen, because who is going to fight? Is it the young Igbo boys that will come out to fight and they will be called to be terrorist group? They will call them IPOB. They will call them they are this, they are that. Are they the ones that will come to speak for nnamdi kanu? You can imagine how northern leaders approved this amnesty for bandits. But southern leaders cannot approve for nnamdi kanu's release. Nobody is speaking. Everybody, the Igbos, no doubt, people say they are not united. Sometimes you just begin to wonder how this Biafra is even going to survive. Should there be a Biafra? Where is that unity? Where is that oneness? Where is that force? Why is it that within nnamdi kanu in jail all this while, Dave Umahi has remained dumb? Soludo is quiet. All of them, check out all the southern politicians. Nobody's speaking. Nobody's speaking. While bandits are being granted pardon. They are being granted. This is not the first time many Boko Haram fighters have been forgiven, sent home, given taxpayers money. They say that they have been rehabilitated. Some of them went back into the bushes. Like we've heard that some of them are even into the military and all that. So guys, a whole lot is happening when you look at what is happening in this country. Now, this man has come out to say that the PDP, that what is going to happen is that towards the election, the PDP is going to be split into two. One is going to be loyal to Wike, while one is going to be loyal to the PDP as a party. And INEC is going to give recognition to the one that is loyal to Wike, because it's going to help in rigging for the Tinubu's government. So Wike is in the PDP for a reason. Wike is just there to do what he is well known for, fraudulent life, what he has been known for, and he still doesn't want to distance himself from there. So Wike is just keeping the PDP. Nobody, they don't think, oh my God, look at Tinubu has the opportunity to make his government to be felt by people so that people can come and vote when. Anyway, let's see how it's going to work. Let's see how the rigging is going to take place. Share, even if he takes the PDP, we will see if he's going to use the hands of people to thumbprint. So, guys, you have seen it. And this man has come out to confirm that all the parties have been sold to the ruling party. The Labour Party is gone. The SDP is gone. And you saw when he even talked about how they tried to register another party before the next day they noticed that same party has been registered before. So like if you say you want to register a party that is called NCP and you've applied to INEC, you will only get to notice that ICP has once been registered before now, so you don't need to take the name. It's like the name has been taken. These are ways to frustrate registration of opposition parties. We saw that even Obedient Movement, we tried to register a party today. Why did INEC not approve it? They are doing everything possible to frustrate Nigerians. It is time for us to stand up, because we cannot allow this level of rascality. When Buhari came in, we thought Buhari is the worst leader Nigeria will ever experience. But you can see that Tinubu is now Buhari is being respected as a messiah, comparing him with the Tinubu's government. And do you think if Tinubu leaves office, he is going to allow somebody who is going to be better than him to replace him? No, it is always the worst that the APC is going to present. And that is why Nigerians must sit up to make sure that this level of rascality we are seeing today come to an end. This country has got to be fixed. These people are there. Look at how much Tinubu's government has borrowed. Buhari borrowed, and Nigerians were crying. Now, Tinubu came in and showed us that there's even a better way to borrow. Tell me, what are the effects of the borrowing? What is the consequence of the borrowing under the Tinubu's government? Nothing to show for it. All they know is to hang more debt on the heads of Nigerians. so that people will, keep suffering. Nobody has a solution. Look at common power, fix the roads. Nothing is working in this country. Nothing is working. And you think we have a country. We don't have a country. So this guy has really taken his time to make Nigerians to understand that, see, a whole lot can be done. A whole lot, Nigerians. A whole lot can be done for us to come out, and make sure that this country is fixed. Enough of this mess from this Nigerian government. So many people have been challenging the Tinubu's government for detaining Nnamdi Kanu. This even a northerner. A northerner is saying that Nnamdi Kanu detained while northern terrorists with AK-47s negotiate freely. Shehu Ghazali Sadiq slammed Tinubu government over injustice. So this is even a northerner saying, Tinubu negotiating with bandits with AK-47 while Nnamdi Kanu is being held back. So guys, we don't have leaders in the Southeast. We don't have leaders. We don't have leaders. This is very, very sad, very unfortunate. Honestly, we don't have leaders. We don't have leaders in the Southeast. We don't have leaders in the Southeast. Nigerians, we don't have leaders. We don't know when this is going to end. We don't have leaders. We don't have leaders. It's really, really so sad that Nnamdi Kanu's health is deteriorating and we don't have people who can come out. The Southeast leaders are all silent. Even Alex Oti, even Peter Obi, all of them must come out and speak. Don't be scared that if you support Nnamdi Kanu, then they will not vote for you. It is clear to Nigerians that Nnamdi Kanu is just being held unjustly. So this man also talked about how INEC is still not having all the votes that were counted in 2023 election. I mean, not all the votes, all the votes that were casted, have been uploaded because they are scared that their rigging will be exposed. So how are we even sure that all this is not going to repeat itself, Nigerians? How are we sure that all this is not going to repeat itself in 2027 election? So you can see what we are saying about this government. A whole lot is happening. I don't know what you make of what is happening today in Nigeria. Now, many people are still reacting about Nnamdi Kanu still being held. Even so many people have been reacting while the Tinubu's government continue to grant bandits a kind of granting them pardon. I don't know what you make of that. Now, let me take you through. There's this post on the social media here that Peter Obi visited Pantami. And let's see how people are reacting to it. Like this person say, "Look, I told you people that what Peter Obi is cooking will shock many to their spines when it's finally done." I won't say anything for now, but what's coming is indeed heavy. Lessons await the unaware. Nigeria is possible. A new Nigeria is possible. And this person said, last night I received a friendly visit from His Excellency Peter Obi, a former governor of Anambra State, and 2023 presidential election. We discussed a range of issues, including agriculture, economy, education, artificial intelligence, global statistics, and unity in diversity, among others. My family and I most appreciative of the visit. That is coming from Pantami. Hey, let's see how people are reacting to this. This person says, I think Ndibu forming an alliance with the North will be more trusted than forming an alliance with the Southwest. These people don't show us shege banza. And happens a way, take it or leave it. Dr. Isa Pantami is a terrorist apologist, sponsor, and a terrorist himself. Remember the speech he gave in 2006, stating his support for Al-Qaeda and any group who kills to enforce Sharia. We have terrorists in government. That is not a surprise. Okay. This person is referring to a post that Peter Obi's supporter once posted. Another person saying, New Nigeria is possible with Peter Obi. And this person is inspiring to see leaders engaging citizens on critical issues like AI, education, and economic growth. But the real power lies within us, the citizens. Discussion matters, yet only active participation at the polls ensures our voices shape governance, protect the ballot, and also and keep manipulations at bay. In numbers, we safeguard our future. Local priorities. Get your PVC. So this guy is saying that although Peter Obi visited him, but Nigerians are the ones to make the difference. We Yaribas aren't happy about this news. And this person says one is a fraud, the other is a fanatic who has been labeled a terrorist by the fraud himself. This will be a good combination. This coming from Femi, a Yoruba account, and this person say ADC is cooking something delicious. Another person here from Canada say, the US confirmed this and has kept close watch on the terrorists and have been able to dictate. Okay, this person is referring to Pantami as a terrorist sympathizer. And then another person here is saying, finally, the fraud visited the terrorists. According to Dracula, Sarah, this fraud will romance the evil in bed and desperation of power. And this person say, glad to see a focus on AI and 4IR. Perhaps His Excellency Peter Obi can ask the former minister why Nigeria's data and tech infrastructure remains so weak despite his tenure, and former minister can ask the former governor about the concrete tech-driven policies beyond the rhetorics. We need solutions, not photos. This person says, new Nigeria is possible, greater idea, better Nigeria is possible. And this person says, shake hand across the Niger, Peter Obi is coming. Hope Prof used this opportunity to remind Obi that he can't defeat Tinubu alone come 2027 unless we are not tired of all eyes on the judiciary. 2027 chessboard is being set early, I think, and will be Peter Obi work rate is 100%. So some people are actually happy, some people are actually happy while others are not. That why should Peter Obi meet Pantami, somebody who was declared a terrorist sympathizer. So guys, I'm just going to stop it here. Let me know your thoughts on all this in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell notification. Thank you.